Hello, everybody. We got people making fun of the graphic and my apartment. Congratulations. Thank you. Um, yes. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Glenn. So, thank you for joining us. People are joining. The whole point this stream was conceived with reacting to the Joe Henderson announcement, but also um, there was a drop of the contemporary acoustic sound series, the list for the coming year. So lots to talk about. Was hoping the Joe Henderson had more to it. Was one album, but we'll talk about Joe Henderson's milestone output. I have a stack of what I have. I know Brandon does. And what about you, Mike? You have any Joe
Yeah,
Henderson?
I have two. I can grab them
Yep.
right behind me.
So I thought we'd probably start off with our Joe Henderson talk. The album that was announced today is this album right here, Power to the People, Joe Henderson,
Oh,
Herbie Hancock.
stop it.
Yes. Dogs even.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yes. Jack DeJohnette, Ron Carter, and Mike Lawrence on trumpet. I re-listened to this today. There you go. There's all of them. This is an OG. Not in good condition. And there's Joe on the back of it. This came out in 1969.
Nine.
It was recorded in New York City. It was produced by Oren Keep News. And the description that Jazz Dispensary saying it's like a seminal post-boppy album, but and it is now isn't that priced lower than what the Woody Shaw album went for, Blackstone Legacy? Am I wrong
Yeah,
about
but that was a double record.
It was a double record. So, but okay, that's true. But
The regular records are 30.
No, but in my mind, their craft reissues, Jazz Dispensary, have always been 30 for a single record. Seems cheaper to me. I don't know why.
This is a single record.
No, I know it's a single record, but I thought the reissues were coming out higher.
At a higher price point?
Like at $40.
No, it just Blackstone Legacy was 40 because it was a double, and that's actually a steal.
Steal. So here's my take initially on the album after listening to it again. Not the best sounding album. It feels this OG feels a little muted to me. It's not. There's no. The instrumentation is not singled out. It just. I'm hoping that Kevin Gray's mastering is better than this.
Well, I'm interested.
What do you think?
I have a orange label pressing, and it sounds fantastic. So I don't know if it's your pressing. This pressing's also near mint.
Yeah,
but it sounds great.
Nice. It feels muted. This pressing feels muted to me.
No, I've been playing it. I played it last night again, and I was playing it a couple of days ago, and it definitely sounds as good as any milestone I have.
So I can actually tell you this. I have had OGs, and then what is that, like a 70?
This is a 72 or a 7. I think this is a 72. So this is technically a third pressing.
But it's probably a remastering of it.
Maybe. I don't think so, though. I think it's just they could have just done a better tweak on it, but it sounds great. There's a definite value difference in this pressing to your pressing. Your pressing's worth more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand. So just off the bat, I'm looking forward and probably getting the reissue based on the way this one sounds.
I'm going to get the reissue too, just because I'd like to hear what Kevin Gray does to it. And
Well,
also,
yeah.
originals are going for $500 these days. It's insane. I know it. I know like 250 is what it is, but I have a friend who just sold one for 500.
Well, this will probably get sold.
Yeah.
Um.
I would sell it too if I were you.
Okay. So see ya. No, and but the way they were, there's a couple things to talk about. So let's just stay on the way it sounds. You said your Blackstone Legacy OG sounds about the same as the reissue, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice a huge difference.
Right. I'm hoping that Kevin Gray does some magic to the way this sounds.
Well, I mean, like I think we were discussing, I think he's great at jazz.
Yeah, I have an original Blackstone Legacy. I did not buy the reissue. I'm happy with the way that sounds. That's great. And typically, I did have there's a Pepper Adams Thad Jones record. I forget the name of it. That I had an OG of it on a Milestone, and I found that didn't sound that great to me.
Okay.
So but I do have other OG. So when we get into talk about, okay, so actually I do have a good point. When I bought this jazz collection, I got 2 copies of this.
Mm-hmm.
I sold the OG and kept this because this sounded better.
That's good to know.
So I found that this sounded better than the OG. I had 2 copies to compare. This one sounded better. So I don't know if people find that these OG Milestones are hit and miss. That's my experience. The Blackstone Legacy is contemporary, so it's different.
I'll take a listen because I think both my Power to the People, my Tetragon, I have a lot of ones that are like the second pressing that are the orange label, and that everything sounds good. I only have a couple that are the original yellow label.
So yeah, I'd be interested to see what you think, because as I remember, I think, I don't know if John Bandy's around. I think I sold my OG to John Bandy and kept this one because I thought this sounded better.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then, yeah. All right. So it's a great announcement. We need more. What do you have right there, Mike?
I think this is a first pressing. First.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes the first pressings have the blue label, the Milestone blue label.
Well, on that one, but how do you feel that one sounds?
It's good. This is VG, so there's some noise throughout. It's still enjoyable, but I mean, I don't know if I'd upgrade it, honestly. It's pretty good, but it's definitely, it's got its issues.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
sonically, it's really good. It's strong. It's a live record. Really cuts through, like really well-defined horn sound, almost like an old school sharpness to it. And then this is a second pressing. It's on this, but this first pressing does have the blue label. I know that. And this thing sounds fantastic. I was kind of hoping they would reissue this first. This one's, an outstanding session. So this one's really good. And it's really hard to get. I lucked out with this. I got it at a record show for a really good price.
Yeah. So we'll get back into what we have of the Milestone records. But what I would like to talk about is the announcement, Jazz Dispensary, their style of announcing a record. I think they're a little too cute. I think I don't know how long ago they started playing with people on their Instagram, but maybe a month ago, I'm going to say. And as it progressed, they kind of blurred the image and they led people to believe maybe there was more to the announcement than there was. And they were being cute back to people saying, could be a box, could be others. I think their initial announcement was a bunch of his milestone records, leading people to believe there'd be more to this announcement. And then a couple days ago, they showed the cover with all the text kind of barred out, redacted. And then they announced it today. And we knew it was coming. So, and there was nothing more to it than the record itself. So to me, and then they make that a contemporary announcement that makes the Dispensary announcement kind of not seem all that. Have you been aware of any of this, Mike? Brandon?
Yeah, I've been following it. So
I don't pay that much attention. I just wait for you guys to tell me. So.
Yeah. So what's your take on how they handled the announcement, Mike?
I initially thought, along with a lot of people, with a high confidence that they were going to do a box, because they basically on their Instagram showed like 5 Joe Henderson records and said, we have a huge announcement coming up. So everybody thought it was a box, not a single LP. And I don't even know if the title that they selected was part of that like 5 LP spread that they showed.
I think it was.
It was
because people were saying it was that. In my mind, I thought it was that or this.
And then another piece of it on the Hoff, I forget what forum it was. There was some forum, somebody took a screenshot of it where somebody was saying, hoping like there's a Joe Henderson release or a box set. And then Jazz Dispensary replied, this must have been like their Twitter or Instagram, and said like, said something like affirmative, like it's going to happen, but didn't say if it was going to be a box or a single release. So still kind of unknown. And still, we were talking with our friends and they were saying like, well, it could be a box. So, it's just like, if it's going to be a single release, I don't know. I don't want to say it let people down, because, nobody should have any expectations. We should just be happy we're getting a release, honestly. But it just was something that it seemed like they teased it was going to be a multi-record set, and maybe they will do multiple records. They probably will, but it was unclear. And then again, I agree. Like when they announced it and they did the black text on it, I didn't really understand why they did that. I didn't.
Well, so you have 2 examples of how these record companies handle announcements. They were teasing it for a long period of time. Anticlimactic to me. Then you have the contemporary acoustic sound series where they just dropped the list today with no warning, right? Mm-hmm. There was no indication this was happening today, right?
So this was their, what is this? One day they released this. New top shelf reissue, all this redacted.
Which makes no sense, because if anybody knows Joe Henderson, they're going to know what record it is. So it's pretty dumb.
Doing?
And that's my point of them being cute. Is there any way, Mike, you can find that original drop?
Yeah. Let me see. Let's see how, I know they post a lot.
We could do the progression of how they handled it, like they were being cute.
Is it supposed to be like, I don't know, like it's supposed to be censored or something? Is that like the cute? I mean, what's the point of the blurred out or the blocked out title?
It's a marketing team who doesn't understand their customer, their audience.
I don't know if I can find it. They do post. They post a lot.
Mike, can you send them a letter to the marketing team?
Well, hopefully they watch Jazz Fun streams, and I have to think that they watch a lot of people talking on YouTube about stuff.
And I will say, if they do watch this, I mean, I think everyone's appreciative. We're just being nitpicky because we love this thing.
Mazzy, we're all grown adults. I've been around and I've worked in market research.
What's a teaser?
Everyone understands it's a teaser.
Teaser?
Again, we're not talking about the specific teaser. We're talking about how they handled teasing people. They did it over the course of a period of time, as opposed to the contemporary, which is the same company, just dropping a list today. Just dropping it. They didn't even do what Blue Note does, where they say, "Oh, Monday we're going to drop the Tone Poets for 2024. They just dropped the list. And I feel like it was more effective. And people went, wow, that record, wow. It had more of
They
an
did a good
impact.
job. And Chad, and they dropped they did the email, they put the pre-orders on the website, and Chad did a video that went over all the records all at the same time.
All at the same time. And I think it had more of an impact than the Jazz Dispensary people being cute over the course of a month or 2 months. So it wasn't one teaser. Yeah.
I don't get more excited by a teaser or anything. Whatever. Tone Poet announced everything they're going to do for 2024, and that's like, I don't need a teaser every couple months or whatever. It's fine. I get just as excited seeing everything listed.
Well, I didn't notice that they appropriated the Rev's Instagram. Did that happen, Mike? Did you know about that?
They even appropriated content from the I did not know that. Did not know that. I can't find this post. They do post a lot, so
I think I remember seeing it because I remember Tetragon was on it, right?
Yeah, which is an album. I have the CD of that. In fact, I have the CD of the other ones, but I would like to have the vinyl of it.
Yeah, Tetragon's fantastic.
Maybe it was on Craft Recordings Instagram.
Well, I'm mansplaining to you, not to everyone else. Okay.
So I will say that I was just talking to my friend Charles about he sells records, and he sold an original copy for a lot. So I think it's great that there's going to be a $30 pressing of this record that's easily getting $300 these days, especially since it's going to be remastered by Kevin Gray.
I'm trying to find that. Okay, here it is. I found it, Mike.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So here's the initial tease.
Yeah,
they dropped of all these records. One, Elements, you can get now. I think it's been repressed recently, so you can get that.
Oh, Jazz Dispensary did it.
Yeah, and it's really good.
I Elements a while back, but I don't think it was. I don't think that was done. Isn't that not from the original tapes, or does it say? I forgot.
First ever 180
I think there's two.
Cut by
Kevin Gray.
Yeah, but it doesn't say from the original master.
Yeah, it doesn't. I remember it not saying, but it sounded good.
But this is them doing. Actually, not a month ago. This was in September, guys. Oh, I don't want to get.
Oh yeah, and then the song they used on that is from Black Narcissist, which is not any of those.
They teased us from September, so they were being cute. They were being cute since September, letting in our imaginations. So I'm gonna go through these comments where people go, "Wow, okay." So they do a good job of responding to people's comments, but they're being too cute. I remember reading someone goes, "Going to be a box," and they go, "Maybe." Yeah. So whatever. But again, we should be all happy that they're doing this. I'm looking forward to it because I feel it's going to sound better than the OG copy I have.
Well, I'm not getting rid of my early pressing, but I am going to pick up the remaster. It's like I don't really. I got excited about the Blackstone, which I already had a copy of, and I'm excited about this.
Here's my response to you, Mazzy. Why are you making excuses for them? I'm the customer. They should be. I want them to defer to what our customers want. Why are you making excuses for them? I feel like you had two examples from the same company. One was way more effective to me as a customer than being teased 5 records and them going, we're not doing a box, but they were going, maybe a box. It's not teasing. It's actually teasing. It's not a teaser. So we know where Mazzy's bread is buttered, people, don't we?
don't know what that means.
So let's Brandon, let's show the milestone Joe Hendersons we have. Okay.
Okay. I have.
Out of the ones you have, what do you is your favorite?
Shall I rate? I'll rate them.
Okay.
I'm going to do a rating. It's okay, and it's tough, but I think number one's the easiest. Number one and two are the easiest. Number one is the Elements
That's your favorite,
by far,
and
it's actually multiple is really close. So not by far. I shouldn't say that. I have an orange label pressing.
So you have an original.
I had the Jazz Dispensary. Felipe has it now, as I recall. He has my Jazz Dispensary copy because when I got this, Felipe got the Jazz Dispensary one.
Which sounds better?
Because I said you have to have this, Felipe, and I think he agrees. So this is fantastic.
Yeah. Spiritual jazz. It's kind of is very influenced by
Power to the People is kind of spiritual jazz too. So he plays with a tape delay on this. It's really cool.
So he's
Number
playing.
Two, my second favorite is Multiple.
Okay.
Which is a funky spiritual one as well. The band is Dejanette, James Ulmer on guitar, John Thomas on guitar, Dave Holland on bass, and of course one of my favorite piano players, Larry Willis on electric piano and piano. And Larry Willis is just, to me, is one of the greatest piano players with a sax player ever. He's on a few of Jackie McLean's records. He's on Right Now. Anyway, this record's fantastic.
Yes.
And obviously Rob knows, but yeah, that's probably my second favorite.
Okay.
It's probably a pretty close. Those two are easy, and then it's probably a three-way tie between Power to the People, which we've already shown that I have a third orange label pressing from 72-ish, which has, of course, did we go over this? It's got Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, Ron Carter, and Mike Lawrence.
Yes.
Tetragon. And this is also I
have the CD of that.
I think it's second pressing. Anyway, it's not the first pressing. And like you, Rob, I had it on CD, or I still have it on CD. I actually have a CD that's this and In Pursuit of Blackness is, it's a double record CD. So this is great. It has Kenny Barron on half of the tracks and Don Friedman on the other ones. Two piano players I love, Jack DeJohnette and Louis Hayes and Ron Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Japan Live.
Yeah, I have that.
So it's a three-way tie between those. I like them equally, but Elements and Multiple are my three favorites. This is 73, and this is when he's playing with Motohiko Hino on drums, Kunamitsu Inaba on bass, Hideo Ichikawa on electric piano. And this is one of the best live records I own. And I think it's from 73. Is that when the session is? 71. So 1971. And it's also got one of the coolest covers ever. The Japanese characters going into it's just a fantastic photograph and cover.
Agreed.
And then sort of, I think Black Miracle is pretty good. Is on this. Hadley Calaman's on flute. This actually has a pretty big. A lot of people I don't know. It's got Lee Ritenour on guitar. My dad used to have a lot of Lee Ritenour. Ron Carter on bass. Harvey Mason on drums. George Bohannon on trombone. And Don Waldrop on bass trombone. So it's kind of a larger group. And good. In Pursuit of Blackness. and Curtis Fuller, Pete Yellen, Stan Clark, before he changed his name to Stanley, George Cables, and Lenny White.
What year did that come out?
'70.
Hmm.
I
And
think
by the way,
Tetragon is
guys,
70. Isn't Tetragon 70 or 71?
all these albums, like these OGs, are expensive. They're
Yeah.
like crazy expensive.
And then this one's fine. It's kind of like
That's
think
his
it's
first
probably-
one. That's
it's
his
probably
first one.
This is the first one post Blue Note,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really sound as good as his Blue Notes, and it's also not really in the realm of him doing new stuff. So I
But
think it's kind of
It's a killer lineup, though.
it's still really good, but it doesn't really like.
You have Mike
I would
Lawrence.
this would be my least favorite, but it's still really good.
Yeah, you have Mike Lawrence, Gretchen Moncourt III, Kenny Barron, Ron Carter, and Lewis Hayes.
And he does Mamacita, which is on. I think that's on Penny Dorham record, or is that on page 1? I'm trying to remember, but he does Miles Davis's Nardis. It's cool. I mean, it's a good record, but I wouldn't, if they re-release this one, it would probably I wouldn't go and get it.
I did want to call out one thing with this reissue. So there's one from 2017. It's still a Jazz Dispensary top shelf, and there's one from 2018. The difference being this 2017 is pressed in the US at QRP. So it's got QRP pressed. Okay. And then the later one that was reissued in Europe was at MPO. And what I've heard is the one you want is this QRP one. That there is a difference, and I don't know if it means this one's Kevin Gray. Let me see what.
Yeah, that's the one that I picked up was the US one,
and this one is not Kevin Gray. So if you are looking, it's something to be aware of if you're going to get this reissue. This one may sound fine. It probably does, but there is a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the QRP. I think it because the one, but I bought mine after 2018, so I don't know how it was weird like that.
Who knows?
I have one. Not to keep showing the same record. You don't have this one,
Canyon Lady.
Right? Yeah.
No, I used to have it. I want it again. It was probably. I wasn't that into it, but the more I think about it, I wanted to get it again.
Yeah, they're on each side. They're two different lineups, and it's good. It's good. It's not my favorite out of all these. Then you don't. Do you have?
I don't have Black Narcissus either, and I don't have the Lighthouse one. Those are the three I don't have.
So I have it. I picked up a copy of it, and this one is more kind of lighter and more kind of Latin-y.
Yeah, I remember it being kind of almost like fusion. Is that I remember it right?
Yeah. It's a great record, don't get me wrong.
I remember listening to it. I should have bought it because it was back when they were selling for like $35, and they're getting more than that now.
I paid $25 for this. So out of all these, this one is kind of still affordable, I think. You can find this. But this is my favorite.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite, and I don't have it.
It's there actually. There's another if you find it, that Everest, those crappy Everest jazz reissues that have very plain covers. There is an Everest of this,
and it sounds good.
Well, I don't know, but that it goes for money. It goes for some dough. Usually those Everests are $5 that they come out. But there is an Everest. I don't know if it's the whole album or an excerpt of this, but on this album, it's Woody Shaw. It's a live album at the Lighthouse. Woody Shaw, George Gables, Ron McClure, Lenny White, and Tony Waters. This is favorite. Yeah, that's the Everest one, which I think is excerpts from this.
Oh, and you can get that one for like $35. I've seen it.
No, not anymore, dude. That's
Not
the one
anymore.
people figured that out and got that. Can you go to the song listings on that one? So, Invitation. Actually, you know what? It's other songs, but that is a live
Yeah, I
album.
thought so. It's a different record.
But I thought that's a live album. It might be excerpts from the same show. I don't know.
Well, it's the same group, yeah.
It's the same lineup, so maybe it's just other songs. But I've seen that one once, and it's jacked up in price.
It says it's previously unreleased tracks from the performances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Acoustic
go.
Hills.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you ever
cool.
see that, snap that one up. I don't know. Are there reviews on the
maybe-
bottom there? Do people say how it sounds?
Maybe we can
Let's see.
request that Jazz Dispensary do both of the live records as a one big
Well,
thing.
who knows who has the rights to that tape though? It could have just been someone set up a recorder at the show, recorded it.
And there's another one with different cover. Well, anyway, if anybody wants to snag these, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't know that.
Okay.
75. They've gone
But
up.
I was hoping that this is my favorite. It's a great live show. Woody Shaw kicks ass on it. It's just high fire, kick ass. So this is my favorite out of all of them. But there's not a bad one. And then Multiples, I would say, is my second choice.
Yeah, Multiple's fantastic.
Yeah, this is a great album.
And how many records how many records do Henderson and Woody Shaw do? Is there anything else they've done together?
I don't know.
Checking.
They have had to do stuff together. I think maybe some
Yes.
lives. No.
So Rosewood, it looks like we had
that's right.
Johansson, In Pursuit of Blackness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
this one in the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I have that was Woody Shaw's demo to try and get a deal with Blue Note, and it didn't happen.
So it looks like, it looks like 4 or 5.
I forgot about Rosewood, and then
In the beginning.
in the beginning. That's right. I've never seen that in the beginning. Out looking for records. Have you seen it, Rob?
I have a copy of it
Oh,
right over here. I'll go grab it right now.
Damn,
I'm
this
looking
has
for
shot
that.
up in price.
Look for another one, Rob.
I'll find it.
There's a CD. One vinyl available for $150.
So how did that
And-
work? He recorded it in like 65 for Blue
So
Note,
he
and then
he wanted to get a record deal with Blue Note. He did this demo with all these people, and they didn't want him.
but then it didn't get issued until like 1980 or something like that, right?
83.
83. So 65 was when it was recorded.
Yeah. So here,
And
you got it right there. So it's a great lineup. It's a great record.
Yeah, if you see another copy in the wild, Rob, get it.
Well, of course. If I ever see this, I will grab it. But this was the reason I got this is that jazz collection I bought had like every Woody Shaw record in it. So Jazz Dispensary, kudos to you for putting out that album, but you have a lot of work to do. Any other thoughts about the Joe Henderson?
I mean, I'll be picking it up, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one.
All right. So what do you want to move on to the I think I pulled out all the ones I could have the contemporary that I had from the list. Mike, do you want to pull up the list of the titles that they announced?
Oh yeah, because I have no idea what they're doing.
I mean, it's a great list. It just so happens I have a lot of those records.
Okay. It doesn't look like it's any particular order.
Well, there is. I mean, in the video Chad did, he announced dates.
I have the Rollins.
Can you?
So
It says top sellers. Is there a drop down from recent to?
You say contemporary.
no.
If you do the drop down menu, you might be able to
Oh,
organize.
you can't see it. I have it. It's relevance, low price, high price, latest added. Let me see if that works. No, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Are these the two? Are these the two February?
Yes.
Yep.
I think I know. Smack Up. He said was the first.
Oh
one.
no, Sonny Rollins is December. So okay, well whatever. Let's just go through them.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Let me pull up my email. I just don't want to show you guys that. Let's see.
It is.
Okay, here, yeah. This has the this is better.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, they're gonna do
So-
for real. Good.
Yeah. So, I'm sure it's coincidental, but a lot of the titles here are the ones that we were kind of wishing they did last announcement. Who knows if they're listening. But we got what we asked for basically with this. So first one is Art Pepper in February, Smack Up.
Yes, I have this. This is a '70s pressing that I have.
Now, is this pre-prison Art Pepper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It originally was done in 1962. So you got Art Pepper, Jack Shelton. If you're a fan of Schoolhouse Rock, he did a lot. I'm Just a Bill. That was him. You got Pete Jolly, Jimmy Bond, and Frank Butler. It's a good album. Not his best, but it's really good.
So I think I'm going to get all the Art Peppers because I do have like the 2 or 3 that they've reissued already. So I think it might be nice to have a set of all the Art Peppers on this series. So I might get them all.
Yeah, I have an original of Smack Up, but I don't know where it is because
So you also
prepare for it.
The other one is this, Mike, which is almost the rhythm set. It's called with the All-Star rhythm section, but it's
Well, hold
Wynton
on.
Kelly.
Why don't we go chronologically through this?
Well, you said you're going to get all the Art Peppers, so
Yeah, well, we'll get to them.
okay, all right.
Well, that's why we brought this up because
No,
the
I
date.
understand, but you said you were going to get all the Art Peppers. Either we go through chronology, talk about each.
Oh no, wait, this is Art Pepper Press 11. That's a different one, right?
Yeah, that one they already put out, and it's what is it like?
It's like
more
Marty Page.
All right. Well, I have an original of that one. What's the one what was the other Art Pepper? What's it called?
Well, either we're going chronologically. Mike has spoken.
Oh, okay.
So we're getting Smack Up to start this year. Okay.
Yes.
Then we're moving into March 1. We're getting the first installment of Shelly Man and His Men at the Blackhawk featuring Joe Gordon.
Probably those at the Blackhawk, probably one of the best live recordings that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's just all those. I mean, I have all 4. Actually, there's more. So I wonder. I mean, if you count CD, there were 7 albums, right?
There were a bunch, but yeah, there were 4 LPs. And
actually, there are 5 LPs. You could get a 5th one.
Well,
I think it was
anyway,
like available in England or something.
There were 4 originals, and
Yeah.
Chad said that he didn't confirm they're doing all 4, but he said that, if he has the chance, he's doing more of them. So, we'll see what that means. But I think a lot of people have been asking for these. So I think this was a great pick and long overdue.
Yes.
Although
Now-
Chad reissued this early, like I forget, like 20 years ago.
Well, no, but see, we don't know the thought that goes in because these were done in mono too, mono and
Yes.
stereo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Gordon's on trumpet, and he is great. I think like Leroy Vinegar's on bass, Shelly Mann drums, and who else? I forget.
I can tell you though, I have two of them that are OG stereos, and I had the 70s reissues of each. The OGs sound better than the 70s reissues.
Yeah, I bet it.
And that might just because of they probably the plates might have been fresher, but I don't. Did Roy Dunan do the live recordings? Was he, or did he remaster them?
I think Chad said Roy Dinan did all of these except for Harold Land the Fox because that wasn't originally contemporary.
No, it was on hi-fi.
Yeah,
I have the original of that one.
but double check me on that. But I think he did do that.
Yeah. So Roy Dunan was like he was doing. He kind of got stereo before Van Gelder did, just by like a year and a half or so. So his early stereo stuff on contemporary sounds just as good as the early mono. Yeah, Left Coast Jazz Night would be cool.
That would be cool. I did do a West Coast Jazz live stream like 2 months ago, but it was basically just me, and then a few people came.
Hey, Mazzy, can you stay on topic, please?
Thanks, Ivan.
So,
all right. Next one, Harold Land the Fox. Now, who has the OG?
I do.
I have
but I don't know where it is. I wasn't ready for the contemporary thing. I was only ready for the Joe Henderson. So, but I might be able to find it.
This is the 70s.
Yeah.
I recently got this. Sounds good. So this is Dupree Bolton, which Dupree Bolton is on Katanga on Pacific Jazz, and I think this is like one of the other few titles Dupree Bolton's on, so it makes it kind of extra special. And Elmo Hope, Herbie Lewis, and Frank Butler.
You know, here's another funny thing though. Well, a lot of these albums were released as OJCs. So what does that mean with the OJC series? You know?
Here we go.
See.
Okay. This is what the original cover looks like.
Yes, that's a cool cover.
It is kind of cool. And the Hi-Fi, so Hi-Fi didn't make very many records. They're out of, I think they were on Melrose Avenue. They had pretty cool jazz. They did a couple Paul Horns. They did a couple Elmo Hopes. Who else was on there? They kind of just did their group.
How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good. But I don't have the contemporary to compare it to. But it doesn't sound phenomenal. But I like Harold Land, period. So.
I think there's another really desirable title on that. Or not. Okay.
There's the Paul Horn that's Blue Horn, I think it is, which is really good.
Okay.
He has another one on he has two on Hi-Fi, if I recall. There's one or two Elmo Hope records that are somewhat desirable, but I think the Fox is the one that people want the most.
Oh, they do. They have a King Pleasure that somebody recently recommended. I can't remember who it was now. But, yeah, so they have King Pleasure, Moody's Mood for Love. They have a bunch of Jimmy Witherspoon, so a lot of vocal records. But yeah, there's about like maybe 20 records in the series. Okay, moving on. Hampton Hawes, For Real.
That, if I had to rank all these records, that's definitely in the top 5 of all these announced titles, right?
Yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite records. The Teddy Edwards and Howard McGee is really good too.
You have to say that this isn't this Scott LaFar's first. No, I think the Victor Feldman
The Feldman one.
is his first appearance.
But he also did one with Pat Moran. There's a trio record with Pat Moran. Don't they announce his death in that one? Isn't there an obituary on the back?
I don't know about that. But this is a killer record.
Yes, there is.
Which one?
Yeah,
whoa.
It says Scott LaFar. I like this record so much that you guys know I have a mono and a stereo of it.
Woo! Nice.
I thought you said they announced it on the other record.
No, it's on the back of this.
Yeah, it's on this one. This is maybe one or two. Top 5.
I think it's Harold Land's. If you want Harold Land, it's really good.
It's just a good record, man.
It is. It starts off really good. You know, it's got a cool Scott LaFaro bass line.
Don't turn your back on us, Mike.
What else is there? Where's the list? I might have to go fishing.
All right, hold on. Let me share it.
I think I have everything though.
So Maggie's back in town.
Yeah, I have that.
That here. This is the one I said this was a no-brainer for Chad. Like, if there's any like bluesy style jazz record for him to do, it's like great West Coast line with Howard McGee. So Leroy Vinegar, Phineas Newborn, and Shelly Mann with this trumpet on top. So it's great. You know, Howard McGee's great. He's like an early bebopper.
Yeah, I don't have that, and I'm yeah. I was with Gem Record Collector News together, and he picked that.
Mr.
McGee.
Yeah. Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Incredible Hulk reference.
Cool.
My favorite show as a child.
So together again, another another Howard McGee with Teddy Edwards, Egg Thigpen on drums, Ray Brown bass. Aren't those two players Oscar Peterson?
Yeah.
And then with Phineas Newborn. I mean, so I don't have this. I'm definitely getting this one.
I have it somewhere, but it's in piles.
I wonder what they do on this.
What do you recall? Oh, Brandon went to go look for it.
Hey, Mike, do you have this one? Do you have this? Do you have this,
yes.
McGee?
I have a mono of that.
Yeah, I got rid of that. It wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you? Too much organ?
No, you know, I had Dusty Blue. I've had an original mono, an original stereo, and I sold them for a shitload of money. But to me, it wasn't exciting. I've heard the Maggie's back, and that's better. So
I like Dusty Blue a lot. I have a British original.
They reissued it, so you can get Newland in it. So we on to the Cry.
Well, so August we're get Prince Lachey Quintet featuring Sonny Simmons, The Cry.
I have that somewhere, I think.
I'm surprised if you watch Chad's video, he was a little more humbled explaining this record than he was the Pharoah Sanders record. He goes, "It's a little out there, but I like it," because he knows this will sell. I mean, when we're done going over the list, we should say which one we think people are just going to go crazy for. But I think it's this one.
Yeah, I recently just got that. I have it behind me. This is like a 2003 pressing. I think it came out the same year the OJC CD came out. Mm-hmm. So I think there was like a handful pressed at Rainbow, but it sounds really good. It's a great sounding record. So I won't get the reissue. I'm happy with this, but that was not cheap.
Somehow I got this cheap because I think not a lot of copies sold. This particular one is not even listed in Discogs, and I haven't put it in. It's a Monarch pressed. From what I could gather, it's probably 69, 70, 71 from people communicated that to me. It looks like the 70s reissues, but it has the Monarch Circle MR and the dead wax. But this sounds amazing. This just proves this was really well recorded. So I'm looking forward that the Kevin Gray should sound amazing, because this original, I mean, this is not the original, but this sounds crazy good. So, but this is what's funny about Discogs with records like this. Not a lot of people have it. So you're going based on 4 years ago when it didn't sell for crazy money, right? So there's
Mazzy asked if they're still $40. Do you guys know?
No,
this is like an OG.
No,
of
no,
this?
no. The reissues.
they're 30.
They're
They're
30.
30.
These are going to be $30.
They're $30, Mazzy.
That's why I said it seems like these used to be $40. No, am I wrong about this?
I can't remember.
The-
I haven't really bought any of these
The
contemporary reissues.
analog production stuff is 40, but the Daz Dispensary were 30.
No. But these, if you go to Acoustic Sounds, these are all listed at $30.
$29.98.
Again,
Well, that's
I think
smart.
they dropped the. Can you anyway pull up an older, a contemporary acoustic like Meets the Rhythm section?
I tried pulling up one of the cached websites and it still had the updated
They
price.
should do this one. This would be nice.
No, yeah, I think Chad's eyeballs would have popped out of his head. That album is hard to find, and like an $80 to over $100 record, but it's mostly hard to find. I came across it once and stupidly didn't buy it, but it was like
Well,
$75.
it's a really good, solid record.
Yeah.
I'm
That was
hoping.
I mean, his picks this year, I mean, excellent. Great picks. I have a bunch of them, so I won't be getting them, but I think
I think I have at the Renaissance, or I gave it away or sold it. But it was a reissue. I think it was a reissue of it.
I streamed this today. It's pretty good. It's just so funny. Like when Ben Webster comes in, he sounds like exactly like Ben Webster. Like it sounds like
it's like a stereotype of I think he's been sounding like that since his like 1952 or whatever.
What do you mean?
Him,
Like
it's like that, dude.
No, it's like soft. And, Yeah.
It's always a low note.
Yep. So that's one that's coming out. I don't know what the year is on this, but you can see it has this Contemporary Records logo down here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a later. So it's definitely a later first pressing.
Was it a thing that was recorded early and released late?
Right.
Let me see.
It must be some stuff from like the late 50s.
I'll tell you right now. Okay. So yeah, it was recorded in 1960, released in 85.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Jim
it's
Hall.
not that one out of all these is not an expensive record, and you can find it.
Yeah, I streamed it today, and the stream sounded. I mean, the music was good, but it sounded like the mix was not good.
Okay.
Like,
you know what?
He was buried. The drums are way up front.
Yeah, it's not a good recording.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Kevin Gray can do with it. Maybe he could fix that. All right. So now we got the second Art Pepper for 2024.
Right. And this is basically Meets the Rhythm section again.
I have that somewhere.
It's a good record. This was recorded. This is another 70s. These 70s contemporary sound great. This is Stone to Shrink, and this is from it was recorded in 60. And he's smiling on his face because the rhythm section maybe he came not high, and well, he was probably high, but he came prepared, and he had his saxophone this time, right?
It wasn't given to him.
Yeah,
I have that somewhere, but I can't find it.
it's great.
Yeah,
but not the best out of all the art peppers that have been.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, it's Bernie Grundman who does this, not Kevin Gray. Thank you.
Kevin Gray's not mixing these.
No,
No,
Bernie Grundman. Thank you, CJ. Yeah, I forgot. All right. Should we move on? The next one is another art pepper.
This is the best of all the art peppers. This one.
No, but it's good.
To me, and I'm only my opinion.
You mean all of the art peppers that are being released here?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant all the art peppers on.
No. Don't no. If you had to press me on my favorite art peppers, it's the 80s ones or the late 70s.
Yeah,
But
I agree. I like those too.
Yeah, but of the 3 art peppers, this is the best one. I think Chad initially did a reissue of this. But this is you got Dolo Coker, Jimmy Bond, and Frank Butler.
Yeah, and that's what year was that recorded?
59. So that to me,
yeah, I like his late 60s contemporaries.
I have a
Late
dumb
60s,
question.
early 70s.
Does Art Pepper mostly do standards, or does he compose?
Yeah,
I know,
no,
like
He writes
that
those.
record is all stand. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but okay. After Prison, the later ones, there's a bunch of songs he composes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, a lot.
But to me, those are the better art peppers. The ones on Contemporary, Galaxy, whatever. Those are the better art peppers. Out of the 3 that are being issued in this year, to me, this is the best one.
Yeah, and as
That's a
someone
good
who
point,
has a lot of
Mazzy.
art pepper, I will totally agree with Rob. I like the later Contemporary and
There's
the
no
Galaxy ones.
There's no comparison.
But
no,
I will say that the art pepper meets the rhythm section is fantastic for what it is. It's
right.
fantastic.
But a guy was in prison for a lot of years, got out, sort of fixed himself, and just recorded nonstop the rest of his life. And whatever he was doing in prison, in the band and practicing, he got better, and he has more of an edge. Those are better records. But out of the 3 that are being from this list, this is the best one. It's intensity. It's good.
Mazzy made a good point here. The Prestige series are all $40.
Yeah.
But those are Chad's. I'm talking about
But still,
okay. So the verb
aren't these the same
hold on.
treatment basically?
When Chad first did this thing with Kraft, those Verve ones that he did, how much were those? Were $40, right? Am I wrong?
I think they were close to 40.
I don't remember.
They were not
I didn't get any of
$30. They were not $30.
I agree.
Train, I mean, the Oscar Petersons, We Take Requests, those were $40.
Yeah, I agree.
So he dropped. Why? Here's my question: why did the price drop for these?
Hold on, I want to look up something. Let's go to Kraft's website.
Maybe
I want to see
he
what
realized he was alienated people with the high prices.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Maybe the ghost of Christmas Future came and visited him and told him to mellow out on the prices.
Okay, let's look at what the new OJCs are going for. So, okay, with Joe Henderson 30, the new Contemporary are 30. This is Kraft's website, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see what the OJCs are going for. Oh, these are all on here too.
38, I think. I think the OJCs are like 38.
Where are the OJCs?
Or when I see them in the store.
All right.
You can. There's a search thing. You can search OJCs.
What the hell?
Did they remove them?
So I don't know. So does
The
Acoustic
Cats.
Sound
Yeah,
have
so the
something to
Cat-
do
look at
with
that. Cats are
There's a few
39.
39?
Okay.
Does Acoustic Sounds have anything to do with the Jazz Dispensary ones? No.
No.
Right?
Unless they no. Well, yeah, sort of. The Elements was pressed there.
QRP. Just as the
So-
pressing plant.
Yeah. So again, this stuck in my head. Why has the price dropped? But go to the Verve ones. Pull up the
Where are those?
Acoustic Sounds Verve series. Just type it. Yeah.
I think there was a Getz Gilberto, right? Wasn't there one of Getz
Okay.
Gilberto?
Look, these are almost $40. Why did the price drop? I want to know this. Chad.
I like it. This is welcome news to me. $30
Right.
is a killer price point.
Right. What was the thought behind it? Is things are back to normal? Has the price of vinyl dropped? I want to know. Let me know. Chad. Thank
Okay,
you,
so
bud.
is that? Did you do all the contemporaries?
No, we're not
No, we
done
still
yet.
have some more.
Mike's all over the place. He's breaking
Hold
his
on.
own rules. Hey,
I
how
wanna
much
see
is
how much
that? How much is that
Look-
Chet Baker sings, Mike?
The classic series are $28. And they come with a shitty jacket. These will come with a better jacket for sure.
Right.
What?
These contemporary series, these will come with like
All
a
right.
tip-on jacket.
Can we finish this list?
Yeah,
Just
that doesn't
we're
mean the images
falling
will
off
look
point.
good.
That's a
right,
good point.
Mike, you're a big Helen Humes fan.
I mean, you can put your Kmart shoes in a Gucci box. They're still Kmart shoes.
Yeah. You
Hmm.
can put lipstick on a pig and you get a pig with lipstick.
Mm.
So I've had one Helen Humes record that I sold. But her backing band is usually all these contemporary guys. Is usually good. Who's on that record?
12 songs, about 3 minutes apiece.
Oh, wait.
It's the Sheffield that one.
Oh,
Leroy Vinegar,
Art Pepper,
Shelly Mann, Barney Kessel, Andrew
yeah.
Previn,
Well, wait. I know people give me shit about this, but go back
Stu
up
Williamson.
to the albums that are available and how much they are.
Okay, hold on.
This is to me. Why the fuck did you repress this record?
Okay,
It's
hold
$10
on. hold on.
record.
Let's see. We're gonna look for VG Plus.
No, I mean, I kind of felt the same way, even though like Andre Previn has some really good records. Why are you pressing a record you can pick up for $5?
So this is a first
I'm
mono.
with you, man. I say this all the time. Why are you wasting all your effort on a record that's not hard to get and in low demand? That should have been a Sonny Simmons record.
I mean, I
man.
saw today looking
Oh,
for
I got
records.
records.
I saw that Andre Previn, My Fair Lady. I saw like 4 copies today.
Does anyone remember when Susan Lucci hosted Saturday Night Live? She never won an Emmy, but Saturday Night Live kept winning Emmys. They did a skit where Emmy fight and everyone was throwing Emmys. That's the way I feel about those Andre Previn records. They're everywhere. Why are you repressing them? Thank you. Good night.
Yeah,
everybody.
not to mention like the amount of waste, you know.
Helen Humes, I salute you. You're excellent. We did not need that record reissued. But let's go to the next one after it. That's an awesome ass record. How many of you people have bought this thing, man? Why did we need this reissued? The OJC is still available.
I have the OJC. I don't think it's that good.
Well, you get this. Right now, you can probably get this thing for $60 or $70. You messed up with the choices.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what it's going for on Amazon.
They're using this. Bernie did this. They're probably using the same plates from this reissue.
Probably. I heard that what didn't sound very good.
Sounds fine.
No, I think it sounded good. It was originally 125 and now it's 83. Okay. And let's see what Discogs has it for. So there's one on Discogs for 65. and it's mint. So they're selling for 65 on Discogs.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
friend
You
of mine
get-
got the box and he compared it to the original and wasn't impressed. So
I think you listen
Well,
to your friends too much.
I actually,
I'm
this
sure
is
the
a band
original
I
is
listen to
better.
a lot. Here,
But
this is
but,
an original.
but I mean, yeah. But to me, those were two records that did not need to be on those lists. They did such a good job up into those two records.
Well, if they already did the remastering, then just, I mean, and it's OJ Seed, right?
Yeah, and they did that with the Ornette Coleman too. They released something else, and Tomorrow Is the Question, I think it is. So
Oh,
those
on a
came out
double
as a box. They came out as a box, and then Chad reissued both those as singles last year.
Hey, hold on. Vinyl Outsider. I've been banned from everywhere. They won't listen to me.
I'm still waiting for my my Ice Castles UHQR. I don't know why Chad has not given any updates on that yet.
You mean by the time?
No, you
No,
don't.
no.
Brandon, you're not part of the nonsense that came from.
Okay. Because Ice
Um,
Castles is a record by the time.
But
now
it's
there was
also
another.
a horrible movie from the late 70s with a even more horrible soundtrack.
What was the
What
other
is that?
announcement
Is
that
that
came
the
out?
ice skating movie or something?
Oh,
It was around the time where there were 3 ice skating movies all with the same plot.
Okay. Who's it?
It's
Is that
all
with
Robbie Benson?
Robbie Benson?
Yes.
Die Laughing.
That's one of his better films, but this
Die
Now, why
Laughing
isn't
is a
the-
really weird movie. It's a bizarre movie.
why isn't the Ornette on here yet?
it won't go
Ding,
live.
ding,
Hold on.
ding, ding.
If you watch Steve Lessman's video, it won't go live till Friday, Mike.
Ding, ding,
That was
ding,
an equally messy rollout. I mean, it got leaked what it
well,
was
doing
going
the
to
Smiths?
be.
It's
They
because
really
Lou-
they announced it and it's not on the website. I mean, come on.
hold on. In the video, the guy said it won't go live until Friday.
Why?
You can't
Put it
pre-order
live.
it.
Why are you going to announce it and not have it live so people can go
Why are
see
you
it?
angry now and not at Helen Humes? That's my question.
Well, that's a botched rollout. You're going to go on and announce it and then nobody can go on the website and see it.
I think I think the guy said midnight on Friday. Maybe
Who
midnight
knows?
Thursday.
Why not in 3 weeks? What does it matter? We can't
That's
show it.
Well,
It's been announced. We're doing a whole live stream, all the new announcements,
look,
and we can't show
I
it.
yelled at Mazzy for bringing up other crap, but what dates are these Smiths off an announcement or they're out already? Never know. But that's a great list. The Cry is a huge surprise to me. But the Way Out West and the Helen Humes, you could have picked 2 better titles as far as I'm concerned.
So wait, so Chad picked all of these titles? Is that what we're?
Yeah,
There's
he's
the
he's the curator, I think. That's what he says.
I can't imagine I can't imagine how he picked The Cry. I think maybe he was forced
because he probably watched our live streams and took notes. Speaking of, I have some recommendations for next year.
Okay.
All right, another contemporary series that people may want to check out is the All Night Session. This is Hampton Hawes Quartet with
those are
who's the guitar player on this? It's
Barney
Jim
Castle?
Hall on Jim Hall on guitar. Really excellent. There's 3 sessions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And these aren't live sessions, but they're called All Night because I think they had like the midnight studio time. And there's 3, and they're really good. So this could be something for Chad to look into as well. I mean, these sound fantastic.
I have them right here, but all the Hampton Haws. Let me pull out all my Hampton Haws.
Yeah, Green Leaves of Summer needs to be redone. Are we now?
Yeah.
Are we just now pulling out some contemporaries just to like our
What
favorites?
we'd like to see for next year. We gotta let Chad know what's up.
All right.
Do some talking while I go looking for all these.
I agree, Nicole. Like, for example, those Ornette Colemans, I guarantee they probably were like, look, we have the plates here. We put out the box, put them out as individuals. You know, other than that, though, I bet he did. I bet he was like, if I'm doing a contemporary series, I want an Andrew Previn. If I'm doing a contemporary series, I want like the best-selling one, which was My Fair Lady. So I bet he, I could see him
Do you
selecting
think
those.
Chad puts on a little dress and starts singing "I Am Pretty" or something? Hey,
I doubt that.
so
All right, what do you got?
got this.
Oh shit! There you go.
Okay.
This is cheesy, but this is really good. It's him, Monk Montgomery, and Steve Ellington. It's really good.
Yeah, I have
The
that.
trio. Okay.
Well,
I always say the don't judge it by its cover, because that cover he looks real conservative, but that record
Yeah,
swings.
this one, he
hard.
looks
what's wrong
like
with that cover?
I just think
they
he
made
looks really like. I
they
don't
made
know.
him
He
look
looks like
That
give me a
this
break.
is Hampton Hawes pre-drugs.
He looks like
This
he's
is
going to the
Hampton
prom.
Hawes on drugs.
Let me see his prom picture. Show his prom picture.
Oh, yeah, he does look. He's a very dapper, handsome man.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
this is him on the Devil's something.
And that came out before. That's an earlier record.
Green
this-
Leaves of Summer is a record I put on to relax. It's a really good, soothing record.
This
Here's
is,
what I think he should do. These Art Peppers.
Oh, no, but yes, those are the better ones.
We're doing
These
Hampton
are my
Halls,
two favorite
Brandon.
Art Pepper on contemporary.
Stay on track. We're talking about Hampton Hawes.
Hampton Halls, Brandon.
Oh, we have to go back to Hawes.
Yes.
Do you have any to show?
But this is Red Mitchell and Chuck Thompson. It's really good. This is volume 2 of the trio. All right, here's the
Good night.
trio. Now and Then with Chuck Israels and Donald Bailey. This is excellent. This is the one he should have done instead of Helen Hawes. Should have did this one.
That's a cool
Yeah,
one. Is that
this
an
one's
OG?
this one's sort of not. This is just basic.
This is an
piano
OG.
trio. But it's good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This is Red Mitchell and Chuck Thompson. So this is the first one, but this is the one he should have done. 100%. Okay. Then you have the Sermon. This I think is just a later. This is a later press.
That's a later release of stuff that
Yeah.
was.
It was it was recorded early. It's him, Leroy Vinegar, and Stan Levy on drums.
Levy.
Stan
Stan the man. Levy.
This is OJC. This is Red Mitchell and Donald Bailey from '66. It's a live recording.
Okay, hold on, because you're showing a lot, and Chad can't read. If you were going to pick one to recommend for next year, which
I have all these, but I can't find the other two. And then this is the other one I have. Is this Everyone Likes
which one would you want him to check out if you
Well,
could recommend one?
They're all the trios are all just very similar. They're excellent records. Really, to me, they're indistinguishable as far as what is excellent and what is not so good. His consistent for a guy who was heavily into drugs, his output and consistency was pretty good.
Well, I'm sticking by my all night sessions recommendation.
I have all. I mean, I have all
Chad,
the contemporaries. I like Green Leaves of Summer. I think Green Leaves of Summer is the most interesting one. That one's really interesting too.
Well, out of all, if I had to say, I'm more about being different. This is great to get. It's a live recording. I think it's very well recorded. It's really good.
Okay.
All right,
Brandon,
onward.
what did you want to show, Brandon?
Oh no, I Green Leaves of Summer would be the one, because the other ones were all, they're doing for real. Green Leaves of Summer.
I'm sorry, those later Art Peppers I meant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you could pick one for him to, like, a later Art Pepper for him to select next year, what would it be?
One of these from.
Yeah, you know what? Those are and Straight Life, but those are excellent. In fact, so, the other, who's the lineup on both of those?
So it's Living Legend is Pepper, Hawes, Charlie Hayden, and Shelly Manne. The Trip is George Cables, David Williams on bass, and Elvin Jones on drums. So either one of these.
Those are excellent.
Do either
And-
of you have the Cecil Taylor on contemporary? I forget the name of it.
Yes, I'll go get it.
Okay, cool. I don't think he'll do a Cecil Taylor though.
No. It's-
It's pretty straightforward.
Is it? Okay. Okay.
I believe.
I think they
Rhino-
spoke about that on Steve Westman's stream. I don't think they confirmed they're going to be 10,000, but I think he said that they are looking to expand.
This is an excellent record. It's not him being avant-garde or weird. It's pretty straightforward. Earl Griffith on Vibaharp,
Oh yeah, that one.
Buell Niederlander on bass, and Dennis Charles on drums. This, if you ever see this record, get it. It's excellent. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a killer record. This is from
Nice.
1958, but this is a 70s pressing, I think.
Cool.
Excellent record. This would have been an excellent choice to do a reissue of.
Yeah,
So I
there's
always-
a second pressing and an OJC of that, I think.
I've seen there's an OJC of it too.
So
And
there's
I
two
think it
second
usually-
pressings. There's a 70s yellow label with no deep groove, and then there's the OJC of that.
Yeah, actually this is a 70s with a deep groove.
Is it a real deep groove?
No, it's not a real deep groove, but it's a deep groove. See,
But that record's not that expensive. I usually see it online for like 30, $35.
well, yeah,
But the first
That's-
pressing's like 80 to 90.
Okay.
this is. I'm gonna listen to this after the stream because this is an excellent.
I showed these last time, and I stick by these. These are Jimmy Woods. Both his
Mhm.
contemporary records are very difficult to get and expensive. This is a UK reissue on Boplicity. It features Elvin Jones with Jimmy Woods, and this one's Awakening. I think this is probably one that if Chad were to listen to these, he'd probably like the Awakening better. I
Yeah.
think this is an OG mono.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And these are like real. I mean, these never come up. They probably didn't press that many. They're just really hard to get, and they're pretty. They're more out there. They're more on the outside. So, but
Although-
these, I would love to see one of these in print.
I think the Awakening would be the one because that, even though that record has a very slight out there-ness, it's kind of one of those records that from like the first couple of notes, you know it's going to be good. It's just like one of
Yeah.
those records you put on and you're like, this is good.
This one does have Andrew Hill on piano though, which is cool. This one's and Elvin Jones is like blasting off on this, so that's why I think this is probably too wild for
Mhm.
Acoustic Sounds pick. But you know, never know. Who knows?
Billy, this has Fantasy on it. The 70 reissue.
You guys have any other recommendations?
I mean, I didn't really pull out all my
I have one more. If you, one of
contemporary.
you guys,
What's your other recommendation?
this one is totally in Chad's wheelhouse. He should definitely 100% do this. If he listened to it, I'm sure he would love it. This is Joe Gordon. This record is the original of this is very expensive. It did come out as an OJC. You can get it for a little cheaper, but it's still, even the OJC never comes up. And this also has Jimmy Woods on it. So Jimmy Woods, and then there's a few other guys on it, but this is a really cool record. So this is one that I think Chad would love if you check this one out. Like similar to last year when I was like, if he did the Howard McGee, Maggie's Back in Town, like I can't believe he didn't pick that. Like this, I think he'd dig. So Chad, if you're listening, definitely give this one a spin.
Who's on there with him?
So it's Joe Gordon trumpet, obviously. Jimmy Woods alto sax. So the two avant-garde record or out there records I just showed, he's way more constrained in the compositions here. Dick Whittington on piano, I'm not too familiar with him. Jimmy Bond bass, and then Milt Turner drums, who I'm not too familiar with. So killer
Moo.
quintet. They did a good job.
Yes.
Oh, and then this could be one to check out. This
Okay.
one, like a lot of people show this. This is a good record. It's
That
got a
is
real cheesy cover, but man, it's a great record.
It's a great record. I have
I don't
an
know why I'm
OG
not.
of it. I had a 70s. I have the OG of that. And that's the first appearance. I believe that's the first appearance of Scott LaFaro.
And I said this, I think it was like last week's live stream, because I think Klaus showed this. But Scott LaFaro and Victor Feldman are playing in a similar style to Scott LaFaro and Bill Evans, like at the Vanguard, where it's like they're really using creative soloing. They get their own time to do like beautiful, like standout, interesting solos, and they complement each other really well. But like that type of trio style is very present here. So this is definitely a great record to check out for sure.
Yeah, I have that Woody Shaw Song of Songs, so I have that too.
Yeah, Victor Feldman was pretty prolific.
Well, Victor Feldman plays piano on the Shelly Man at the Blackhawk. He's the one playing piano on that.
Is he? Oh, I didn't even
Yep.
realize that. Oh,
Yes.
right. Those are great records.
Victor Feldman played vibes and piano, and he's a British Jewish jazz dude.
Thanks, Billy.
What about
I'm kind
mine?
of going. Oh, what about Harold in the Land of Jazz? The Harold Land.
And
That
Harold,
would be a really good one to do.
Harold
would be.
Land in New York.
No, Harold in the Land of Jazz.
I know, but there's also the Harold Land in
Oh.
New York too.
But isn't that on Riverside?
No, I thought it was contemporary. There's 2 Harold Lands in New York. There's 2 of them, I thought.
Well, I know that. That's
I have
Jazzland.
That's Harold Land in New York.
Jazzland.
That's Eastward Ho. But then there's another Harold Land in New York. I thought that was a contemporary one.
I think that also might be a Jazzland.
You sure?
Yes. Well, Riverside is in New York. Contemporary is in.
I know,
well, I guess
but maybe they sent them there for a reason. They were disciplining them.
All right, Peanut Gallery. Do you guys have any contemporary recommendations for Chad?
Oh, I do. Well, I just said the Harold Land. Chad's not going to listen to me. The portrait of Art Farmer would be a good one.
They already did it.
They did it, yeah.
Well, see,
that was in the first run.
I'm not up to this stuff. Oh, what about the Sonny Rollins on contemporary? Did they do that one?
It's in the box.
Oh,
but can we look up the Art Farmer portrait, because I think that was $40.
They did the Tomorrow is the Question, right? That's been done.
Or Coleman? Yeah, they did it twice, in the box and outside the box. It was been twice within a year of each one.
Oh,
it's $30 on Acoustic Sounds.
Okay, and they're doing the Teddy Edwards and Howard McGee. Did
you pull out your OJC book? I have mine around here.
I'm going through the contemporary. It might be cool if they did a Leroy Vinegar one.
Well, they did.
Oh, what'd they do? Leroy Walks Again? Is that the one?
No, the first one. The first one that was done last year.
There's that one Barney Kessel, and I can't remember what it's called. That's really good. Oh, Feeling Free, Barney Kessel. That would be a great one to do. It's probably my favorite Barney Kessel. It's not very expensive though. You can pick it up for like $20.
No, I find Barney Kessel's in great condition all the time.
Yeah, so it's not really that big of a deal. Obviously, the Sonny Simmons Rumasoma would be awesome.
Oh man, they need to do that. And then
Art Pepper at the Village Vanguard.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe they should do the Woody Shaw.
Shaw
Song of Songs or whatever.
Yeah, it was mentioned earlier. I have that one. Excellent record.
Yeah, fantastic record.
I mean, Firebirds. Yes, if you're doing the Cry, do Firebirds.
The Chico Hamilton on contemporary is fantastic. It's probably one of the best Chico Hamiltons.
Which one is that one?
It's called.
I don't know. All the Chicos on Impulse are good.
Beyond the Rain is the Chico Hamilton, and that's the first one I found, and it's great.
You're freezing there, Mike. What are you trying to show?
Oh, I got a stack of heat that these are my new arrivals. I'll show them on Friday.
Yeah,
right.
I got a bunch for Friday.
Don't waste your good shit here, man. This is
I gotta have something for Friday. What am I gonna just sit there?
Well, I would say on point. I picked up some other stuff too. I'm not going to show.
Here's a little teaser, just like
Mazzy likes it.
Woo! Well, Charles Oliver in New York or in Tokyo? In Tokyo.
Tokyo.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty good. That's pretty good, huh?
This is really cool too. This is
Argentinian. I have the Chico Friedman on Contemporary.
It's really good.
You know what? I think I'm going to do at some point this year. I'm going to put a big order in for Arista Freedoms and just knock out like, I don't know, like 8 of all of them.
Do you not pay attention? My last auction, I auctioned off a bunch of Arista Freedom.
I'm ready for it yet, but there's one I want to start with, and I won't mention the title, but it's the expensive one basically. I want to get that, and then I'll get the other ones.
You mean the Julius Hempel?
I don't know.
I have a sealed copy. I have a sealed copy of it. I haven't opened it yet.
But I don't want that 45.
Oliver Lake one that's like $20, not really expensive. The
Hey guys, I gotta run. I gotta help out around the house.
We should end it. Thank you for coming in and going over.
I'll see you guys Friday.
Yeah. Thank you. I just
see you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you guys for coming here, going over the Joe Henderson and all his milestone output and the new Contemporary list. We live in a great time. All those records are $30. You know, I'm gonna run out in the street and scream at the sky like every other weirdo in my neighborhood. Good night, everyone.
Nice. Okay, bye.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, if you could have the ending music for the Hulk when you ended your stream.
Yeah, like
da 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 da.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and go watch Bill Bixby as the Hawk. Right, coming on right after us. And first, there's a station break. Bye, everyone.